Hey, what is up everyone? Scramble here from my YouTube channel where I always talk about Bitcoin and its technical analysis, predictions and everything that is important. Just like today, we're going to continue with our technical videos. Trying to share with you the current situation of the market, everything that is important and stands out. So stick with me for the upcoming minutes. This video needs to be important and interesting at the same time. With a market cap which is finding an increase in the last 48 hours, close to $180 billion, while the volume for the last 24 hours is surpassing the market cap of the entire space of crypto. How does that sound to you? I mean, take a look at that. 24 hours volume, 149 billion.8. Well, the market cap is 179, just like on the other side, 179.8, 179.7. The 24 hours volume is bigger than the market cap, which means that during the last 24 hours, it has been traded more than the entire market cap is valued. That's the current situation of the market. There's a lot of the trading going on and people invest back and forth. Either the buyers are purchasing big and sellers, they do have their own job as well. So today we're trying to find out what's going on between the charts. As usually, Bitcoin seems to have some great days going on by looking at the change per last 24 hours overall. Is that the case just by looking at this picture right here? Or this is the cover, which is not expressing at this time the content from the inside? Usually we have the cover sometimes not expressing the content from the inside. In this case scenario, it's the same. You might think the market is bullish today and it's bullish for the next 48 hours. But looking at the numbers here, everything green, set up properly to go high, nice, you might think to buy in. Let me just pull up some numbers and share with you the data. You might pretty much change on your opinion. Take a look at this, guys. This is what's happening. What we have here is a resistance line which used to act in the past, a support line on the lower side which used to act in the past, a channel that is whatever is happening between those two lines, and three indicators called moving averages on 9 days with yellow, 21 days with blue, and 50 days on purple. This is short-term details because we're going 15-minute candlestick representation, guys. So this is what's been happening over here. We kind of broke out of the resistance line in the last days and then survive above by confirming on it. This was a very good entry for long. Very good entry for long on the day trade, guys. No other things. Right now, on 15-minute is only day trade information. So that was a very good entry for long. The market has confirmed the previous breakout on the reconfirmation. Very nice. Very, very nice. Especially we didn't have the moving averages dropping down here below the line. They were staying above. Very nice as well. Now what's happening afterwards? Well, take a look at this thing because we're going to talk about today quite a lot. There is a rejection appearing at the top right there. And that was today, guys. That was today. Afterwards, the market has changed the domination energy. Totally the opposite. Bears stepped in. They said no more. We're not going above 7,000, which is a psychological barrier. We're not going beyond that. We have to get back on our own domination because we're more powerful right now and we dominate the industries. Everything is shutting down. Everything is locking down. People do not engage into trades. People try to save their funds and put it into a stable place. Bitcoin is not the most stable investment possibility that you can have today. You have a good that you should put into security. If you're not open to risk it, if you're open to risk it, you can go ahead and trade it, which is something I have with my partial budget. And that is what I suggest everyone. Not putting all your eggs in a single basket, which is a very popular saying, and everyone knows it, and this is the current case as well, which is translated in a way of a part of your funds should be secured, while the other part should be put into active trading because the volatility rate that we have today is very good, and that is creating a structure perfect for active traders. Volatility, beautiful, as well as the market is not really difficult today to be predicted on the other side. So again, for those who are looking to learn how to trade, which is a very complex process and it takes time and all those things, make sure you check out scramblecoaching.com, which is my website where I share with you more information about my private coaching program, which is running one-on-one intensively directly with me, where I teach you from A to Z how to trade. Link in the description or comments area. What's happening towards here? Because I made a note with the red color here and white text. Last channel for survival before another round of crash is happening. This is the thing, guys. Assuming the market is going back into the channel. This is the last channel of survival, which means that if we break below the support line here, or wherever we touch that, we break below that, we fail to support it towards, then there is going to be another round of hard sell-off coming into the game. So what I'm suggesting you here is to look at the market and see when the breakdown is happening. If that is happening, you know what you have to do. This is the 15-minute representation, while the 2-hour candlesticks are a little different because the perspective here is longer term. And what we have here is, again, a channel that appears above, while the moving averages are set on different time frames, specifically per candlestick time frame. If we use 2 hours, we cannot use the same time frames just like we used for 15 minutes on the moving averages. We have to adapt our indicators to the settings of the candlestick, which means 50 days on yellow, 100 days on blue, and 200 days on purple. What has happened is another very, very interesting thing on the moving averages. The other one is pretty simple. The resistance line, which is acting right now from previous support, has activated and is trying to push the market down. Moving averages, well, look at the purple one. The purple is clearly putting resistance, and it's just sitting like a candle on top of the entire structure, suppressing it down, clearly activating as a very, very strong resistance. 200 days moving average right there. Well, there's another thing that happened over here between 50 and 100, and that's the cross. Look at that, guys. The cross has happened between 50 and 100, which tells us that there is a change in the dominant energy. The cross right here is telling us that the bull's taking control of the market. So there is a tension here between what the purple says, which kind of confirms we're going bearish, and what the cross is telling, the fact that we're crossing from down to up, which means the yellow is crossing the blue line. That says that, hey, we're trying to go bullish here. We're trying to come back on a short term. But the other energy tells us that it's putting control on $7,000 and it's not permitting to go more. So this is the noise that we used to call background noise, which has zero efficiency between indicators that have no stability into prediction. This is the case scenario. A part of the indicators are saying one thing, while the other part of the indicators are saying total opposite. So it's kind of a tension right there, which needs to be solved if you trade. And it can be solved by going towards 1 day candlestick. Take a look at that. Massive rejection accomplished by bears. Look at a long wick appearing. Huge wick on top of the body of the candlestick appearing right there. Just like we have here for the bulls on the bottom side. Very nicely done. But now it does appear for the bears. On the other side, 3 moving averages, again 50, 100, 200 with the same colors. What we have here is all 3 moving averages are oriented downwards. Take a look at their ending point. You see how they're pretty much forming a direction called downwards. That's true. That's one way to consider this, that they're not oriented upwards, and it's none of them oriented upwards. So all three in line going in the same direction is a strong indicator of bearish power. On the other side, we have the massive rejection by the candlestick, very strong indicator of bearish domination. And the other thing is the yellow squeezing it down closer to purple, showing bearish domination again from another standing point. The yellow one is the 50 days moving average, while the purple one is the 200 days moving average. So what are these guys looking to do is something very simple. The first one, which is going to crush in a bearish market, is basically the yellow on purple. Just like you can see that. It is about to get closer and closer, comparing the distance from here between the yellow to purple. Look at the distance right there. Well, look at the distance now. Look at the distance, how yellow is squeezing it up, actually squeezing it down, getting closer and closer to the purple. Now, this kind of situations needs to be understood because the market is putting a lot of the pressure on the bulls and they might capitulate. If they capitulate, the market is going with very, very high probabilities below $4,000 for Bitcoin, which can be traded. You can make tons of money from right now. It's 6,400. Tons of money which can be made on Bitcoin. If it's 40%, you can go and open a trade of 10x margin. That's, it's 400%, guys, which is possible to be achieved in about 72 hours with a strong signal. So that's the current situation of the market. We're not trying to affect it with our own vision and desires, which is a very important way to position yourself. If you read the charts with a specific eye that is not neutral and looking at the data only, and it also considers your desires of making money and concepts which are not gonna help you in so many ways, well, in that case, you're exposing yourself to major risks which are not gonna help you at all. They're just gonna make your entire life difficult. Especially at this time when trading is an activity which can be done from home remotely, just like people like to say. You can make money by trading even in this quarantine period, which is nice. That's why we're sitting home, we're trading, we're coaching people one-on-one through Skype. We don't have to meet them up in person. We can meet it up on Skype, which is an online meeting. Everyone knows about Skype and other platforms that we can discuss. And by the way, for those who are looking to find out more and learn how to start trading, I mean, you can do this while you sit at home for the next 3 or 4 months, probably, depending on the job and depending on your activity. But that is the period, people, as an average, from Europe and other places in the world where there is the pandemic going on pretty hard on us. Coronavirus is touching it down. What we have to do is make money as much as we can while protecting ourselves and doing the right business and work. So you can have a free conversation with me on Skype, 15 minutes. Make sure you complete the form. I'll get back to you on your email and we take it towards from there. Please check out the link in the description area and other things that you find over there, as I have my other channels posted up. I have a lot of other things shared over there, so you can get a huge quantity of information. Once again, guys, stay safe during this period. Listen to the authorities. And don't play too much with your life, because it's not good for the entire community as long as it's bringing down to the risk of the community. Think about the others not going to respect the rules, not going to respect the quarantine. And they're just spreading the virus all over the place, which might affect you as well. That's why you cannot and you should not affect the others by not respecting. So, put it down on the table. You definitely need to be very, very, relatively smart these days to sort it out. So you need to be patient and find out some intellectual activities that you can do at your home while just surviving this period. It's not the most difficult. You can pretty much study the history and see what kind of conditions had our humans back then when same viruses were spreading all around the world. And you can compare it to your situation. I can tell you that you're privileged by living in 2020, being able to go to the shop and purchase everything you need, while others 80 years ago had no possibilities for such things. They had no medication and no system in place that could pretty much help masses. That was crucial, guys. It's a critical situation today. We're sitting pretty nice. We just have to respect and stay strong. Please subscribe if you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.